Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today so far, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, so today we're on day 23 on our farm core island of Sugarbelle. I'm so glad you guys decided to join me today. We have something big coming up today. We need to do a build. It's been a while since we've worked on any of the farm core builds on the island, and I wanted to try to, I don't know, maybe work on a villager build today. Slowly starting to tear apart our trick-or-treat street that we have here on the island from Halloween. Slowly switching things over from Halloween to just maybe some harvest type of things. Still have a lot of pumpkins going on, but basically just trying to, hey Ketchup, she's so cute. But basically just trying to sort of switch things over little by little in the areas that we had set up spooky related items for Halloween. But yeah, this area over here, for anybody that missed the last video pertaining to what we have going on the island, we got Roswell. Roswell is a smug villager. He is actually one of the new villagers that were released with the 2.0 update, so I was really excited to find him at the campsite. It's going to be interesting to try to incorporate an alligator into the farm theme, but hey, I know I've heard of alligator farms, so we're going to see what we can come up with for Roswell today. But before we do that, let's pop into the roost because, oh my gosh, guys, I am loving this new addition to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Brewster, my buddy. Oh my gosh. I think I finally have found a NPC and villager, well, NPC in this game that actually loves coffee and caffeine just as much as I do. I don't know about you guys, but I've got to have some coffee in the morning. I try to keep it to a minimal, but let's be real, it usually ends up being like 3 or 4 cups throughout the day. So this has been amazing. I love Brewster. He's been really fun, and I'm really excited because we finally have unlocked the to-go coffee feature in the game for Brewster. So super excited about that. Look how cute. I love it. We'll definitely have to be doing some fun playing around with the amiibos here in the roost in the next week or two. Just trying to kind of get my bearings back geared to FarmCore. I know everyone's been so excited in regards to the update and finding out all kinds of new things that were secret that weren't released in the Nintendo Direct. I can't even, guys. Like, there's so many amazing surprises. What are some of the favorite things that you found so far that you weren't expecting when 2.0 dropped? I love the items, honestly. I think I knew there was going to be a bunch of new items coming just based on the Nintendo Direct that dropped, but yeah, I'm loving them. So hopefully we can kind of showcase some of the new items. Let me know in the comments, guys, what your favorite item is that you found so far in the update. Ta-da! Okay, so we have actually moved Roswell's house. It was up over by our house, but yeah, this I think will be a fun build, kind of over on the low-lying area around all these bamboo trees. But let's pop inside. I haven't seen his interior yet. What? Okay, what is going on, Roswell? What is up with this interior, buddy? Oh, he's blushing. So I know I've mentioned this before, but he is loosely based on Roswell, New Mexico, which is a place in the United States there's been a lot of alien sightings, things like that, supposedly. So he's sort of based on that, hence the crop circles, the pattern on his body. And then this is interesting. I wasn't really expecting this sort of scape on the inside. He's got like a deep fryer and a fish fry. It looks like it's almost like a little back alley marketplace. So yeah, very interesting. Wasn't expecting that. So for anybody that's missed that so far, if you haven't seen Roswell's interior, that apparently is it. Well, this will be interesting. So here's what I'm thinking, guys. I thought it would be fun to turn this area into sort of like a sugarcane, like low-lying swampy area, but sort of with a little area for people to sit down and dine a little bit, with a little bit of a bayou sort of vibe going on. So that's kind of the idea behind this build. We definitely need to plant some sugarcane because I'm totally loving the crops in this game so far. Let's finish up our coffee, bottoms up, because we're gonna need the energy for sure. This is gonna be a bigger build. All right, so anyways, like I was saying, I'm thinking that if we, in this area over here, there is Victoria to say hello to us this morning. Hey, Victoria. This area over here, this pond was here when we started the island, so it's an original spot. There were some bamboo trees that I had planted here at the very beginning phases of Sugarbelle just because I wanted to have a supply of bamboo on the island. But you know what? I'm kind of loving it. I think we can work it in. The idea behind this build is to sort of do, like I said, sort of a low-lying swampy area with some sugarcane and sort of a bayou sort of feel. So let's speed things up and get going. I'm really excited to see how this will come together. It's going to be a big build for sure. We're taking on a lot today. So guys, I found this pattern. You know, if I can find a pattern out there that I like to use on the island, I'm sure to share it with you. I really like this pattern. It's got a few different pieces, about 9 or 10 different pieces. Looks like 10. It's a grassy type of pattern. I love it because it's an overlay, so you can still see the faded green grass underneath it, which is perfect for fall time. I didn't want to go with anything too completely swampy because I wanted this area to not necessarily be watery looking, but just maybe sort of like an area that is worn and overgrown and that sort of thing. So I thought this thick grassy pattern would be perfect for this sort of area, just adding a little bit of texture and sort of giving it that creepy bayou sort of like swampy look to it. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. Victoria keeps bumping into us. We also still have these houses on the beaches, guys. I do try to put the villager houses on the beaches. I generally will find it to be very helpful to have the houses on the beaches as we're building and then moving the villagers where they go once we work on their builds for their designated area on the islands. But I don't know, I guess I picked the wrong spot because I feel like these 3 houses right here on the beach by Roswell's area are definitely going to be in the way. So we'll probably have to do a little bit of time hopping here halfway through the build just to kind of, I have to move those houses out of the way so we can finish the build. But for the time being, we're just sort of filling in this grassy path area. Just kind of wanted to create a walkway towards the house and then kind of wind it down over by that area where it dead ends into the river. I tried to demolish, we had a bridge over there, so we're going to be moving that and replacing the bridge. So like I said, as we do a little bit of date hopping here to sort of get everything to come together, we'll sort of get all those things accomplished at once. One of the things I love about this pattern is check out this little square that you can use as an alternative middle piece. It's got sort of like a worn circle path. I don't know, I guess it sort of reminded me a little bit of Roswell's patterns on his body, looking like crop circles. I know it's not exact, but I thought it kind of had a nice little nod to incorporate his style. Secretly, guys, like, I don't know, I was not expecting to get Roswell. He's definitely not a villager that I had planned to have on the island, so there's a chance that if he asks to leave, we might just let him go and then replace him with somebody else at some point. I know, but I don't know. I was torn, but I was really excited to find one of the new villagers for us at the campsite, and I felt like it would sort of be wrong almost to leave them behind, because Roswell is a pretty cool character. I really love the smug villagers. I just think they're really sweet. I don't know. So yeah, we'll give Roswell a try for a while. We'll see how it goes, and if he does ask to leave, then perhaps we'll let him go on his merry way and find a replacement for him. But I thought in the meantime it would be fun to do a little build for him that was definitely his style, but sort of with a farmcore twist. All right, so we're just building a little garden over here. I put 2 different colored in-game pathings here, alternating them just to create that little strip of green grass in between the rows. And then of course did an overlay of a crop pattern. I will be sure to link all of the information for these design pattern custom codes in the description of the video for you, so that if you're looking for any of these to use on your island, you have them readily available. So what have you guys been up to on your islands? I'm really curious to find out what you all have found in the update that is your favorite. What do you enjoy the most? Have you tried out the crops? Are you just excited about all of the new items? I don't know. I feel like with all the new items in 2.0, I find that I'm constantly, whatever items I see in the cranny or in the DLC, at Happy Home Paradise on that island, I get so excited. And all it takes sometimes, I feel like, is just one really great item to spark inspiration for an entire build or an entire theme, a section on your island. Like, it's just so much fun. It really feels a lot like the beginning of Animal Crossing New Horizons back in March of 2020 when it was first released. It's got that same sort of thing going on, and I absolutely love it. All right, so we do have some of this glowing moss that we're putting down here at Roswell's Bayou area. This I actually picked from the DLC island. It was growing up on top behind the building where you meet Lottie when you go in to do your builds. I know that a lot of people have also found this when they have went on the captain tours as well for some of those mystery islands. So it's definitely fairly easy to attain in the game. It just really depends. If you have the DLC, I think the easiest way to get it is to just climb up back behind that building and pick it. And it refreshes each day when you fly back, which is great. But yeah, you could definitely find it on one of Captain's Islands if you don't have the DLC yet for yourself. So we're just putting his silos back. I love these silos. I think that they're definitely have been used creatively by a lot of the people that do such amazing builds. I've seen them used for castles, lots of different ways to use the silos besides just the traditional farm theme sort of builds. So really excited to be able to use these. I love them in the green. I feel like the brown brick matches Roswell's house perfectly. And just sort of fencing in our garden here. I had some country fencing left over that I wanted to use. I still love this fencing. There's so many great new fencing pieces in the game since the update, but I still really love the country fencing, so we're going to go with that one here. I'm hopeful we can sort of incorporate some of the corrugated metal fencing as well, because to me it looks perfectly Bayou. All right, so what I wanted to do here, just put a little bit of pattern down here to cover up this little walkway. Eventually, as we sort of build up these areas and decide what we're going to be doing with each section of the island, we'll definitely sort of change the pathing a little bit and kind of move it off in the direction where we want it to go so that the flow of traffic works a little bit better. But for now, just for looks sake, I definitely wanted to put a little bit more of this grassy pattern down to sort of fill in this nice little area. I'm also trying to think of some creative ways that we can use the beaches here too, guys. It's going to be interesting because we do have our little captain build here, which is perfect for when we are going to visit Captain, but we have a lot of beach left on the island to fill in and cover, so I'm loving the fact that we have some placeable trees to work with. I think that's going to be really great for those of us that want to do something with beaches other than making them like a beach type of area. I think it's going to really help in disguising the beaches to sort of be additional square footage that we can use to decorate the island with whatever theme we have. So I think it's going to be great. All right, so just putting down more of this pattern here. So we were going back to talking about some of the 2.0 favorites. I really love these trees. P.S. Like, this is one of the placeable trees. These are called pine trees. I know it's a little odd because the pine trees in the game are called cedar trees, but these little placeables, they look like giant bonsai trees. The bonsais are called pine bonsais, so I'm assuming that's probably why they named them pine trees, but I'm totally loving them. I love how they have the base with the little rocks and the moss and the roots, just perfect for this type of a build. I do have some fully grown, mature sugarcane plants here. I think they're so cute. I really love these plants. I love the thought that they put into the veggies that they added to the game. I think it's been definitely past due. Super excited that we have these now. But yeah, it's going to be great. I figured sugarcane would be a good crop for Roswell to be in charge of because they do tend to grow in like warm, low-lying type of areas that have a little bit more tropical sort of vibe going on. So I figured it would work pretty well. Just adding a few little pieces like this artisan bug cage, and then of course we have this customized stall with a little rusty tin rusty roof, and then I'm loving the outdoor kitchen. Oh my gosh, guys, seriously love the outdoor kitchen. It's so cute. I love that you can customize it. I did it mossy for this build just because it seems to fit the coloration and the theme really well, but oh my gosh, I really love the black brick too with the little copper cookware. That's a really great option as well. I'm just loving a lot of the items that I've found so far in 2.0. So like I said, if you have the DLC, definitely a lot of variety that I've been seeing in the shop that you can purchase with your Pokecoin that you get from doing jobs on the DLC island Happy Home Paradise. I'm just really loving all the new options. There's so many items in this game that are not only gigantic, which I think is great for filling in spaces, but just things I feel like Nintendo's really been listening to the Animal Crossing community to get advice. I think while we were anxiously awaiting for a big update, just sort of really listening to us to see what we're wanting, needing, what sort of builds will inspire us, and all that good stuff. So yeah, really excited about all these things. I love these party lights too, these plain party light strings. Those were a Nook Miles item that I found in the shop the other day, so I was sure to order a bunch of those. I don't know about you, but I've burned through my miles pretty darn quickly, so I might end up having to revert to one of my old islands to use some of my racked up Nook Miles to order some things for myself, because it's getting pretty scarce over here on the Nook Miles. All right, so I'm just putting back some of the spooky items. I don't know, I think that after Halloween, once the jack-o'-lantern season is over, I'm going to switch days real quick, guys. We had to do a little bit of moving of the houses so we could continue with our build. I think with the spooky items, a very, very simple way to sort of make them last a little bit longer beyond Halloween is to just simply literally like flip them around. That way you can still see the pumpkins, but without having to see the jack-o'-lantern faces. I think it just sort of is an easy way to gradually switch over from Halloween to just maybe a general harvest or fall season. So yeah, putting down a little bit of our leafy pathing that we've been using throughout the island. I love this path. I've been using it obsessively, I think, on Sugarbelle so far. I'll put that information in the description for you. This is made by the incredible Colin.Crossing. He's on Instagram, so please check him out. And yeah, please use it yourself. I love it. I think it's amazing. It's got a lot of options. I love that there's a couple of different options for center squares so that you can maybe add a little bit of variation when you're making the path. I think it just sort of makes it flow a little bit better, and just for looks in general, I think it sort of breaks up the monotony of the pattern. Okay, so back to our chat around all the items from 2.0. Like I said, I've seen so many items. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you'd like to see a video pertaining to items in the game. I think I've already started like my hoard again. I know we just were able to upgrade our storage, and believe it or not, I'm already quickly filling it up with all of the goodies that I've been seeing and all the items I've been crafting. I really love the storage shed. I think that that's been a huge improvement. It's definitely a great quality of life improvement for the game, because in the past, I think whenever we would do big builds like this, it sort of becomes this pile of stuff that you have to sort of drop on the beach or drop next to you when you're doing all of your decorating, and it can be kind of tedious to have to pick up and drop everything. Not to mention running back and forth between the build and your house. Like, it's just great to be able to have a portable portal, I guess, to our storage at our home so that we can be a little bit more efficient with builds, and it's just really, really convenient, and I totally love it. All right, so we're just placing more of these simple party light strings here. I really love this item. I think it's going to be something that we're going to see in the Animal Crossing community that is going to be used very versatilely. I think that it's something that we're going to be able to use for not only cute little cafes, little Italian restaurants, something like this that's sort of like an outdoor backyard barbecue sitting eating area is going to be fantastic as well. So really excited to see what everybody decides to do with this new item. I'm loving these little plastic seats because they look just like the little garden seats that you would see, the plastic garden seats that you would see for sale at the store. Really love all the detail for these things. It sort of really truly reminds me of a lot of things you'd see in real life. So really excited about all the detail in these new items. I'm loving these little barrels too. These are interesting because they have the cute little design on them. And I also found this cute little nearly busted radio, and it's hard to see because I do have this going so quickly. I apologize, guys, but in this build, I think it's just perfect to have a cute little radio that's sort of worn down. It just reminds you of something you'd see at Roswell's house. All right, so we're just putting more items down. Definitely want to incorporate some more food items over here in the seating area. Found this cute little metal sign just to sort of show that this is in fact a little place where you can grab a bite while Roswell is hard at work frying all the goodies on the inside of his house. We're gonna add a little bit of this corrugated fencing too. I love it. I think it's so perfect. I've seen a few other people use it on their islands so far, and it's great. It screams rustic. It's like the ultimate rustic fencing. I think it's great. I definitely want to try out some of the color customizations on some of the fencing from the update. I think that's definitely going to be a game changer for us as we're doing builds on our own islands and just being able to color coordinate things. Guys, I'm like chomping at the bit to be able to unlock the ability to customize villagers' houses because I can't wait. I think that is definitely going to be huge for everyone to be able to customize villager houses. It's one of those things that I feel bittersweet about because it is sort of fun when you visit someone's island or dream. When you see a certain house, you definitely will think, oh, they have Sherb, they have Ketchup, they have, whomever, Raymond. We just very much get used to the outside of those villagers' houses. So I think this is going to be interesting because it's going to totally change things. I think it's going to make everything more fun, more personalized, definitely going to enhance our builds. So I'm really excited to see how that works out. So as soon as we get that unlocked, we'll be sure to do some fun customized builds for a lot of our other villagers. I cannot wait. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you would like to see more on the channel. Would you like to see more builds on Happy Home Paradise on the DLC? Would you like to, obviously we're going to continue with our farm core builds on the main island, Sugarbelle. I'm thinking it might be actually kind of fun to kind of go back and forth just during the holiday season. I do still have my original island, Honeybell, which is sort of like a multi-theme or town sort of vibe. I thought it might be fun to intermittently switch out builds between this island and that, just to kind of give us variety pertaining to holiday builds, because I'm not truly sure how we're going to do this on this island once the snow hits. We might sort of have to rewind time, or but yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Would you like to see some holiday builds throughout, just intermittently throughout the week? Still definitely want to completely focus on our farm core island, but I want to add a little bit of variety, I think, to what we're showing pertaining to different styles of builds, because guys, it's like inspiration overwhelm, as you know, since the update. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you want to see, because I do aim to please. So check out this cute little cave item that I just placed. I kind of breezed by it, but I thought it would be perfect at the end of our railroad track, and I'm super excited to sort of find an item that works perfectly to dead end on the railroad track over there. I think the Cave of Wonders is what I call it, is a perfect item for that sort of area. So I'm really excited to see how that turns out. In the meantime, we have crafted a few more food items. I love the little French fries and the fish and chips, and then we've got some little canned pickled jars over here by this cooking area. I'm loving the rustic bus stop over here. I thought it would be perfect for this sort of build that's got sort of like an old Bayou eating area. And we placed our little gyroid up here that we dug up the other day. I just think it's perfect to see him dancing over by the radio. It's super cute. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit more fencing, and then I think we're just about finished. I might switch things up a little bit here. This little transition between Captain's Dock and this area might need to be switched up a little bit, but for the moment, I'm really liking how this build turned out. I think it's really cute. I love the moss on this little tub, that outdoor tub with the new options. Oh my gosh, totally love it. Still using the pirate barrels. I think they're perfectly utilized for a build like this. I love the stacked crates. They work really well for a table, for an area like this. And just our little area here with the food. I think the coloration came together really nicely. I'm loving the glowing of the moss. Definitely excited to have a use for that. And hey, I think we pulled it off, guys. I think we made it work. I think having an alligator on the island, at least for a little while, definitely is going to work out great. I'm really excited to spend more time with Roswell to get a little bit more accustomed to him as a villager. But yeah, we're going to be spending more time as the weeks go on, just focusing on villager builds. Hopefully we'll get another villager hunt in here soon, because Mott still hasn't asked to leave. So we'll see. You never know when that might work out for us. Loving the spooky skeleton over here on the ground too. That would have been a perfect item for Halloween, but I think it works pretty well for Roswell considering he is an alligator. All right, guys. Well, I think that wraps it up for today. We had a pretty long build. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try something like this for yourselves. If you do, please let me know. Please follow me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play. I'd love to see what you're up to. Be sure to tag me in your photos if you visit the island. I'll be updating the dream address for anyone that wants to visit this new build. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.